Now across pretty much all of Texas. It's dry except for Lubbock and Amarillo. That's where you might have to travel to see some rain because again here in Waco we are dry and we've been dry for the past several days. So a closer look at that live radar here in Central Texas shows no rain for this evening, no rain for the rest of your weekend. So if you do have outdoor plans, you don't have to worry about the rain ruining it. You may just have to worry about the heat. Highs today got all the way into the triple digits, so 100 degrees here in Waco and 100 degrees out in Temple. Down in the Brazos Valley we saw those temperatures getting into the mid-90s, but overall it still felt like 100 degrees, and this is exactly what it will be as we go into the weekend and we start off the next work week. That warm weather really sticking around for us. Temperatures right now into the lower 90s and upper 80s across pretty much all of Central Texas. So again, another warm and muggy night. It's clear, but it's warm, so a little bit of the good with the bad out there, and those feel like temperatures into the lower 90s to mid 90s down in the Brazos Valley. So warm, uncomfortable and humid, but the winds have started to die down just a bit, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some areas a little gustier than that, like Temple about 12 miles per hour and Waco about 13 miles per hour. But overall, this is what we'll be seeing as we head into your Saturday. So for the rest of your Friday night, mostly clear skies, temperatures dropping down into the lower 80s right around midnight. Waking up to temperatures in the upper 70s by Saturday morning. A few clouds creeping back into the Brazos Valley by Saturday morning, but by lunchtime tomorrow, we'll see those clouds moving out. Mostly sunny skies returning for your Saturday afternoon, and temperatures returning into the upper 90s and even into the triple digits once again. So by the afternoon, we'll see those mostly sunny skies. So we'll see those warm temperatures returning. And then by Saturday morning into Sunday morning, we'll see those temperatures into the mid-70s. A few clouds coming back into the Brazos Valley, so we'll just really do it all over again. It'll be very similar to what we saw on your Saturday. Temperatures starting out in the mid-70s Sunday morning and then warming back up into the lower 90s by the afternoon. Now on Sunday, you might see a few more passing clouds than what we saw on Saturday, but overall still a mostly sunny day. Temperatures getting back into the upper 90s once again by Sunday afternoon. Those feel like temperatures hovering around 100 degrees once again. So that warm weather sticking around into your weekend. Overnight tonight, temperatures getting back into the mid-70s, mostly clear skies out there. A wonderful Friday night and then a hot and humid Saturday. Highs hovering around the century mark, mostly sunny skies out there, so another mostly sunny day, but another 100-degree day, and we'll be seeing those 100-degree days going into next week. So take a look at that long-range 10-day forecast. 100-degree temperatures going into Tuesday before we drop back down into the upper 90s by midweek next week. A full 10-day forecast of mostly sunny skies and very warm temperatures, so we'll drop back down into the mid-90s by next weekend, but it'll still feel like the upper 90s and even into the triple digits in some areas. So hot and humid. That's the weather story for this week. That's the weather story for next week, and that's going to be the same thing for that 10-day forecast for Bryan College Station as well. Highs into the triple digits on Sunday, mostly sunny skies every day of that 10-day forecast, but we do have a 20% chance of rain on Thursday and a 20% chance of rain on Friday. Those will be hit or miss showers. Not everyone is going to see the rain. Most of us will stay dry, but if you do find yourself under one of those showers by the end of next week, it's going to cool you right on off and it's going to feel fantastic. No severe weather is expected, and again, most of us staying dry as we head throughout the next 10 days. So hot and humid weather. I feel like I've been saying it for a long time, but that's what's in store for us for at least the next few weeks. I'll have this again in just a little bit, but right now, Adam, back to you.
Thanks, Emily. It's safe to say anyone living near Cape Canaveral was awakened by the thunderous roar of another SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket blasting off before sunrise this morning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
There goes 57 Starlink satellites and 2 spacecrafts were carried into space on the SpaceX rocket. Rocket booster later docking onto the tech company's drone ship. Of course, I Still Love You. That's the name. It's sitting in the Atlantic Ocean. The latest satellites joining over 500 already in orbit, still needing between 400 and 800 more to bring high-speed broadband to customers. Coming up on Fox 44, Brian Glenn looks for ways to boost workers' morale as more people return to work. And later in sports, we hear from Mike McCarthy on his first impressions of Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott.
This weather segment is brought to you locally by WC Tractor, your award-winning Kubota dealer.
Hi, I'm Chris. Since 1939, you've seen WC Tractor provide the best tractors, hay tools, and construction equipment. From the field to your front yard, whether you rent them or buy them, we're with you and your Kubota all the way. We choose products we really believe in. Then we help you get the most out of them and grow bigger when you're ready. So come on home to WC Tractor Kubota. Together we do more.
You spoke, we listen. Tiny Tacos are back for good. 15 for $3 or loaded for just $4. Get them now with no contact delivery.
Gear up during Texas Tax-Free Weekend at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Your favorite brands are tax-free and get 25% off Nike sneakers, apparel, backpacks, and lunchboxes. Shop online and get free curbside or in-store pickup.
Gear up at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
From bumper to bumper, large or small, Lil Bitty Auto Repair fixes it all. State inspections, oil changes too. Lil Bitty is here to help you. Need new wipers or AC not cold? Lil Bitty is the best. That's what I'm told. When your ride needs some tender, loving care, stop by the best, Lil Bitty Auto Repair.
Let's get delivery.
But everything takes so long.
I heard Dynasty is quick.
Then give them a call.
Feed your family with Dynasty's $26.95 Family Dinner Special, which includes Dynasty's famous General Tso's chicken, beef and broccoli, cream cheese wontons, egg rolls, and rice.
This is Arkansas, and there's never been a better time to discover it. With plenty of outdoor space, fresh air, and new adventures just up the road, a vacation here makes more sense than ever. This is Arkansas. This is the natural state.
KWKT, it's TV for me.
You asked for them, so Tiny Tacos are back for good. 15 for $3 or loaded for just $4. Get them now with no contact delivery.
Welcome back. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, it cost hundreds of thousands of people their jobs. Some are now coming back, but there's still a sense of despair from many. Fox 44's Brian Glenn went to look for ways to combat that.
Mark, the latest unemployment stats came out today. We are down to 10.2, and that is down from 14+% the month prior. So it is getting better, but if you're an older worker out there, you've got this heightened sense of anxiety, thinking that, you know what, maybe I might have to shift careers at the age of 50 versus someone much younger in their 20s. How does someone deal with that anxiety?
Well, it's a difficult time right now, and a lot of people are nervous, and for good reasons. But I've never had anybody tell me, you know, I ran into a difficult situation and I got really nervous, and that served me. So you need to look for ways to build your confidence, and I think there's a couple things that you can do. Number one, I would focus on what are the strengths that you bring to the table. So if you're in your 50s, you've got just tremendous experience that's valuable. You've been through these before. You can bring a lot of perspective to both senior leadership as well as frontline employees. Number two, I would focus on what you can control. Trust what's in your influence and do whatever you can to keep from being distracted by what's out of your control. And so what's in your control is just finding ways to add value to all the people in the organization that's around you. And getting creative. And don't be afraid to try new things. Come with a servant's heart. Seek to be a part of the solution. Seek to find ways that you can help, that you can move the organization forward, because trust me, you're not the only one that's nervous as we make our way through this pandemic.
Yeah. And I would say probably from a company standpoint, they need to do all they can to reach out to that older worker and let him feel assured that, you know what, we have trust in you, and to try to keep that morale up, right?
Yeah, in these difficult times, there's nothing more important than communication. And early when this thing broke, I had leaders that were talking to their staffs twice a day. A lot of them have now gone to once a day or a few times a week. But you should, if you're a manager of people, you should be talking to your people daily. Don't let a day go by that you don't reach out and just ask, how are you doing and what's going on? And don't be afraid to say, how are things at home? How's the family? Are you being safe? How are your kids? I mean, connect on a personal level. You know, when we get to the other side of this, your leadership is either going to go up or it's going to go down. It's not going to be the same. We're going to be judged by how we led through the pandemic. So be a leader that cares, be a leader that connects, understand people are scared. You don't have to have all the answers, but they want to feel that you care. You've taken the time to at least reach out and connect with them and give them a chance to communicate with them.
Good stuff there. Mark Fenner, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, Brian.
Coming up in entertainment news, a Eurovision-style contest comes to the U.S. That's next in the Hollywood Minute.
My husband had 3 children outside this marriage.
We do this. It changes everything.
Filthy Rich, September 21st on Fox.
Ed Hardiscap seriously loves Papa's hot honey chicken, and he's not lying.
Try. Like, it's a different type of sweet and spicy. This is actually fire. I'm not even lying.
Get our new hot honey chicken with a side and a biscuit for only $5.
I'm attorney Samantha Kell, the bankruptcy lady with the Kell Law Firm in Waco. Many Central Texans struggling through tough times have come to know me as a different kind of bankruptcy attorney. I've dedicated my practice to understanding the complexities of bankruptcy law, and am there to personally guide you through every part of the process. I offer free consultations and affordable payment plans. You don't need to weather your financial storm alone. Let the Kell Law Firm be your guiding light. Call today.
State Center Theater invites you to join us beginning July 30th for the hilarious spoof, The 39 Steps, based on Alfred Hitchcock's 1935 movie about a man who accidentally finds himself becoming a secret agent who inadvertently saves the country from an evil spy ring. Face coverings are required during your time inside the theater. Visit our website at statecenter.net for matinee and evening showtimes and/or to buy tickets. This production is generously underwritten by Square One Downtown Event Center.
Whether they learn about science in a classroom or a kitchen, if recess happens in a schoolyard or a backyard, or lunch is enjoyed in a cafeteria with classmates or on a computer with friends, it all starts here at H-E-B, where you'll find the school supplies kids want and the lunch supplies and snacks they love, all at low prices. So wherever it happens, start your school year here.
Need your news now? Visit fox44news.com and download the app today.
Welcome back. One of the world's biggest entertainment events does not include the United States, but the U.S. is getting something similar. David Daniel has that and more in entertainment news in tonight's Hollywood Minute.
The Eurovision Song Contest is one of the biggest annual events in the world, drawing more viewers than the Super Bowl. Now, a version is headed to the United States. The American Song Contest aims to draw contestants from all 50 states in every musical genre performing original songs live. Producers are aiming for a 2021 holiday season debut.
I woke up grateful.
An honor for Ava DuVernay. The filmmaker behind Selma, 13th, and A Wrinkle in Time is the 27th recipient of the Dorothy and Lillian Gish Prize. Each year, the Gish Prize goes to an artist who pushes the boundaries, contributes to social change, and paves the way for the next generation. And it comes with a cash award of about $250,000.
The Red Army team is 50% owned by the Pittsburgh Penguin and a group of investors that includes movie and TV star Michael J. Fox.
And you called them what? Well, they're called the Russian Penguins.
A new documentary spins the unlikely but true story of an attempted U.S.-Russian business deal just after the Soviet Union collapsed. Red Penguins involves hockey, the military, strippers on the ice, bears drinking beer, the Russian mafia, the Disney company, and much more. Red Penguins is now available on more than a dozen digital platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Turning to the video games, for the latest in gaming news, we're turning now to our gamer Colby Kirk in the Fox 44 Gamers Corner.
Next-gen games may be a little bit pricier if one listing is to be believed. The price of the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of NBA 2K21 are listed at $69.99 US as opposed to $59.99 for the PS4 and Xbox One versions. Industry analysts say this could be the norm as the cost of game development goes up.
Spartan, we thought you dead.
One highly anticipated game for many gamers in 2020 is Halo Infinite. And with the announcement of the game's multiplayer launching free-to-play on Xbox Series X, things are looking bright for the next-gen installment of the classic shooter. Microsoft confirming in a tweet saying, "Halo is for everyone. We can confirm that Halo Infinite multiplayer will be free-to-play and will support 120 frames per second on Xbox Series X." August seems to see the return of many iconic franchises. First up is a blast from the past in Battletoads. A remake of the 1991 classic, this beat-em-up brings back retro arcade-style gameplay with a revamped art style. Battletoads comes exclusively to PC and Xbox on August 20th.
Touchdown, Ravens!
Also this month, EA Sports unveils the highly anticipated Madden 21. In a year filled with uncertainty on whether the real NFL season will happen, Madden's arrival is a breath of normalcy for fans of the sport and the game. Madden 21 will be EA's most advanced Madden title yet, enhancing the graphics, improving AI, and the physics of real football. Madden 21 will be available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on August 28th. For the Gamers Corner, I'm Colby Kirk.